Hey guys, welcome. Capricorn, this is your annual read. So this is going to cover the time frame of 2021. This is an exciting time to get into some new energies. Yeah, we're really just going to go with the flow here, do whatever I'm called to do, and see what comes forward, see what kind of messages want to come forward for the 2021 year. So I hope everyone's doing well. I hope everyone is balanced, mind, body, and soul. And welcome to anyone who's new to this channel. So I'm just going to go ahead and prepare the cards. While I do, I'm going to do a few deep breaths. So if you want to join me while I do that, we can take a few deep breaths together. So what we're going to do is on the first deep breath, what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of all of the yucky, all of the toxic, all of the negative energies, right, that are no longer serving us, that we just need to release. Okay, here we go. Big deep breath. So just imagine when you're exhaling that you're releasing. Right? You're just releasing the negative. It's just floating away from your body. Let's do one more big deep breath. Ready? All right, so now that we've kind of really refreshed ourselves by cleansing all of the negative, toxic, yucky energies, we're going to want to bring in the good. We're going to want to bring in the positive, right? So in this breath, we're just going to bring in, you can do visualization, you can, whatever senses you use to ground yourself, that's a really important thing during this point in time. So ready, big deep breath. Doesn't that feel fantastic? All right, I want to do one last breath here. Ready, guys? Big breath. Okay, so hopefully we're all feeling pretty centered and relaxed and calm and peaceful, and our mind is just, we can allow it a few moments of just blank, right? No thoughts, no noises that we're focusing on. We're allowing for moments of calm and stillness. So during those moments of calm and stillness, when it is silent, that's when we're going to want to really listen. That's when, that's where the opportunity and the potential comes forward to have messages come forward to us. So like I was saying, as far as the grounding, right now I'm very much recommending anything you can do for the five senses to ground yourself is going to be really important during current time going forward into also 2021. So five senses, anything you can visually see that's stimulating to you, right? Anything that you can smell, which is pleasing to you. Taste, obviously, like you can get into any kind of food, but keep in mind what we're doing is we're trying to, something like peppermint might be a really good one. Something like cinnamon, spices would be really good. So something maybe that you don't generally have, right? Because we want to get that sense, a chance to really pique our interest. So try something a little different. So anytime you want to do touch is really great because you can find all kinds of different textures from hard to soft, right? Yeah. And of course, if you're going to do listening, hearing, this can include, you know, listening to the tarot read. You can listen to music. I'm definitely going to recommend some different types of music, whatever you find relaxing, whatever you find stimulating. But it's really all about combining those 5 senses. And you can also research that, just grounding exercises, general grounding exercises. It's a really big help for people who struggle with anxiety and stuff like that. But I recommend it to anyone who notices they're going through a transition, so possibly a spiritual awakening, right? Anytime you're going through a paradigm shift, we really want to ground ourselves, especially afterwards. So enough of that. So we're going to select your cards here in just a moment. Yep. These cards are very hard cardboard. This deck is a little tricky. There we go. All right, let's see what we have in store for you guys. I'm excited to see the messages. Just as excited as you, maybe even a little bit more. I know this is your read, and I'm not even a Capricorn sign, but I just love seeing the patterns come forward. Spirit, what messages did you want to send forward to our Capricorn collective? And this is for the 2021 year. What messages, Spirit, did you want to have come forward? For our Capricorn tribe. Thank you for these messages today, Spirit. I'm just going to have a little bit of patience. All right, as soon as I say that, these are definitely without a doubt your cards. So we're going to look at the Oracle cards first. Set the tarot aside for just a few moments. All right, so we're going to get more than a few Oracle cards. These are going to provide the overall energy here for the entire read. So the primary energies, I'll give you that, and then a lot of the other ones that are going to come through are just going to be secondary. All right, so you have butterfly, spirit animal, and I specifically picked this deck for you guys. It says emerging. So you guys are going to be emerging. Take the leap of faith. So at any point in time where you may be struggling, you can call upon the butterfly as your animal, your spirit animal totem. And this is really going to help you to emerge and break forward into a transition of the new, possibly the new improved you, which is going to come forward through 2021. Next up, we have envy. I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. We'll see how that comes out with the tarot. Next up, we have moon energy. Take note of intuitive messages. So your abilities to receive messages in those moments of stillness are likely going to be quite prominent for you during the 2021 year, so much so that you may actually want to start writing things down, right? Putting down little messages in a journal, just a pen and paper on a desk somewhere, even just record something on your phone. You're likely to notice the messages that are coming forward are leading you towards an area that you're meant or a path that you're meant to take during this lifetime. So these messages that would be coming forward would be something that would involve your blueprint. So when we're born, we all have a blueprint, which is pretty much mapped out for us. Of course, we have free will in how we go about reacting to certain situations and circumstance, right? But it's kind of like the fingerprint on your hand. We all are born with this type of blueprint. So what's happening when you receive the messages coming forward? It's guidance to kind of nudge you towards the right direction that's perfectly suited and meant for you. Next up says, may you know imperfection. Right, so this one here, I am going to read from the book. So when I do, there's usually specific messages which are meant to come forward. And it says, oh wow. I think the page is missing. Oh my goodness. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is likely some type of symbolism here in the read. That is the oddest thing. Yep. Just double check to make sure. Yeah, I don't have it, and that usually indicates some type of symbolism. Nothing in a reading is ever a coincidence. So there may be a time during 2021 that you're actually watching others and you're comparing yourself to others. So right, we have the envy here, we have the imperfection. So it's really maybe you perceiving others as being more successful or being encouraged in some way to move forward into their purpose, or there's just something that you're going to put to your specific situation, right? Because this is pretty general read for the Capricorn collective, but what it really is indicating here is you're going to be watching others succeed, and you may have a little bit of envy. Big message is, if you're aware of this going into the new year, you can allow yourself at this point going forward to prepare yourself so that you know you do not need to compare yourself to your competition, because the only competition we really truly have is ourselves. We don't want to focus on what another is doing, because it really at the end of the day has no impact on our true path. And this imperfection, I'm glad it came up as well, because it does remind us that I think Capricorn might have a little bit of perfectionism. So I think this imperfection is really encouraging you to be more authentic and understand that it's okay not to have that need for perfectionism all of the time. Sometimes the most endearing things can be the imperfections that we have, right? So you're likely being encouraged during 2021 as well to bring your imperfections forward to some degree. But that's really interesting. There's something missing from the book. So as we go along, we might actually see how that's going to come forward in the read in the tarot. And the last oracle here is blessings. beautiful message of blessings for you guys. I'm going to read that one from the book. We'll see. Take a peek if that one is in the book. We have yes, we do. It says, the beauty of receiving and giving blessings is heaven sent. The light essence vibration of unconditional love and healing to the mind and body on a cellular level is liberating and energizing. Languish in the universal forces of all that has happened in the past history. Be ready and open to receive all well as giving blessings from you all around. So when you're ready to receive, blessings will come forward. It's almost as if there's a little bit of an energy here of resistance, and it's almost as if once you give up this energetic block of resistance, your blessings will actually come forward. So it's going to be about clearing out some form of unworthiness or some form of not believing that you will be successful. That could be another one for some people. But whatever that mindset is that's been keeping you stuck or stagnant, right, from moving forward, this is really what you're going to be focusing on during the first half of 2021, I feel, to get to the point where you're no longer stuck. But not only that, you're moving forward with your authentic power. That's a really big message. All right, let's have a look at the tarot. We have one major arcana there. Two major arcana. So two major arcana here in your read. That is not major for an annual read. So the energies are not, they're not tricky energies. They're not heavy energies. They're not drastic energies. They're really just the everyday, go with the flow. Life happens. Things come up. Things go. Things change. Yeah, so that's really what I see with the major arcana coming forward. Swords and wands primarily. Wow, okay. And we have, all right, just taking a quick peek at patterns that we have here for you guys. First card is the Five of Swords energies. Make sure you guys can see that. So this does indicate, and where it came out as the first card up, it does indicate that there could be some form of feeling overwhelmed. There could be some form of fear of the unknown going forward. So a little bit of worry. Really, we discussed anxiety actually before I did start the read. So this is symbolic of that. So that could be why I was called to come forward and really discuss that grounding exercise with you guys. So when we have this come up, it's a really, really great opportunity, especially between now and the end of the year, for you to do everything in your power to give yourself self-care, right? Make sure that your self-care is a priority. All of the little things that we can do, take a bubble bath, get an extra half an hour of sleep, go to bed a half an hour early to be rested, right? All those little things that we can do can make a really big difference. So knowing that you're very worthy of taking care of the self. Don't feel guilty whatsoever. It's a necessity at this time. All right, so there's something here regarding the number 54. The number 54, because we have 5 of Swords and 4 of Swords. So this 4 of Swords is the next card. So the number 54 could be quite symbolic. So it's a synchronistic number of some kind. It could have some type of spiritual meaning behind it for some of you. Of course, that's not for everyone. So this is a card of rest. This is a card of healing. This is a card of um, just a sense of peacefulness here. So this is a really good indication that you're going to recover from the worry. You're going to recover from the anxiety. You're going to recover from those fears, which are perfectly normal. It's really all about how we're going to manage them, right? So it might be little things along the lines of maybe your partner is driving you crazy, right? So maybe just spend a little bit more you time, a little bit of time apart from them, something that's just a little bit off from your routine. That's okay. That's actually going to be really healthy for you during this time. This card as well, the Four of Swords, is really telling me it's time for you to surrender control, right? So we may be trying to, and I'm guilty of this myself, trying to control the situations that we're in, or trying to control outcomes of situations, or how the dynamic has to play out. This is a really, really big message. This is telling you going forward that it's going to be so, so important for you really just to release control and surrender and allow yourself to go within and really listen to your intuitive nudges, because what we want to do is we want to make sure that we are in a state of calm, because we know we can listen to our intuition, we can get the right answers, we can connect with our higher self, we can know and trust that they have the best, how do I put it? They do truly want the best for us. So if you're communicating with your spirit guides, right, guardian angels, that could be a big message for some of you. Five of Wands energies. This is where ego comes in. So ego is, it can be healthy, and too much of it sometimes is not healthy. The only thing here is it could potentially cause some type of tensions that, if bottled up, it can result in really just getting to that boiling point, right? So it's going to be really important. I'm going to recommend exercise is going to really help you to release the tension, the energies. It's going to help the energies to continuously flow instead of stay stagnant, so that they're building up in your system, and then someday you just explode, right? So this is in different areas for everyone. It can be relating to, you know, your manager, your boss, your supervisor. It can be just friends, family members. It could be you being involved in a sports team, right? So this is what you're going to want to tell yourself during those moments where you can see the ego kind of creeping in. It's likely a form of insecurity, which is kind of tugging at your heartstrings. So if you can connect those dots, then it's a lot easier to stand back. And when we stand back and we observe, just imagine yourself as a ghost or a spirit, you know, at the top of the ceiling in a room, looking down. You're that spirit on the top of the ceiling looking down, and you're observing the situation that you can see yourself sitting down at a table in a chair, for example. You're looking down and you can see that person. You're watching how that person handles the situations. You're watching how when emotions come up, how they're dealing with it, how they're struggling with it. So if you practice on becoming that observer, you're really going to notice that you have way more power than you have been led to believe. You have the power to control your own reality by the way that you're going to react to the situation. And at the end of the day, the biggest message here is we are that observer. So we are a spirit. We're experiencing a human existence. So we're a spirit inside of a human body. But primarily, deep down, that's who we are. We are a spirit, right? That energy, which cannot be created or destroyed. So it continues on after this body or this vessel is done, right? After we die and this body and this vessel is no longer functional, we continue to move on with this energy spirit. And truly, deep down at our core, that is who we are. So you're coming into more of a knowing that you're more the observer of this individual experiencing this human experience. And by looking at things like that, it really gives you a power that perhaps you didn't realize you had. Next up is your first major arcana here in the read. The Wheel of Fortune card. So you're going to have some time during, I would say, mid-year 2021 where things turn around and start to go either according to plan or in your best interest, right? So this can definitely symbolize here specifically for you guys in this read. Divine intervention at play. So you're definitely making progress towards whatever your main focus is. So if your main focus is your relationships or your family, then this is the area that you can notice this transition in. If your main focus is your career, same thing. You can notice that lucky breaks may come along during that period. So that Wheel of Fortune really is about trust. It's about having faith. It's about knowing. And not just knowing, but understanding on a very deep level that the universe truly is on your side. So it really is another indication that we are so unlimited in our potential. And that truly anything is possible. Yeah, so that's really what I'm seeking there. And I do feel not for everyone, but I do feel this is a really big career card for a lot of the Capricorn collective. So you could definitely be receiving some type of an offer as far as your career goes, in some form of a position. Three of Wands energies. At the bottom it says freedom. So the Three of Wands generally is just a sense of joy. You're finding your joy. You're finding the little things in life which it seems like they're really coming to the limelight. So much so that you're allowing yourself to spread your wings, Capricorn. This is also a time, and it comes right after the Wheel of Fortune, so I really, really like that for you. It's also a time where proposals may be happening, for example, in your relationships. It's also a time where, again, a work project, a work proposal, something in your work environment. So these two are very much associated. So whatever this energy is, this is a secondary indication that it's going to bring you more freedom, in a sense, regarding the situation itself. So really to you, that's just taking away that overwhelming feeling that you may have been experienced prior in the year with any worries or any uncertainties. This could be a really big break for some of you. And at the end of the day, just remember that you're going to get what you put into it as well. So the opportunity is going to come along, but it is going to be completely up to you to take the lead, right? Once it has been presented to you. Yeah, and some I feel strongly that mid-year some of you are going to be, and it may not be a long distance thing, but traveling to see friends. There likely are friends that you're reconnecting with that you have not seen in a while, and this is a really big kind of a step forward to kind of rekindle that friendship. The Hermit card, the second major arcana. This is really telling me that you guys are going to focus on your meditation. So normally this is an isolating kind of energy. It's kind of a withdrawal type of energy here. But I almost feel as though it's more or less just you going within, kind of contemplating, right? Kind of reflecting on where you find yourself, where maybe you found yourself a year ago, how far you've actually come. Sometimes we don't recognize until we really sit back and reevaluate our situation. And sometimes we can be so hard on ourselves. Capricorn, I think you're being very hard on yourself, thinking, why am I not, why haven't I progressed more? Or, you know, again, going back to that comparing to others and their situations, you really have no need to do that because you are so unique and you have such a unique blueprint that it really has absolutely nothing to do with you and your situation. So that's just a really big message that needed to come forward for someone. So if this can be a lot of soul searching energy as well. This can be a lot of, again, meditation. It can be journaling. You might want to come up with your own routine or surrounding spiritual practices. So whatever works for you. I feel as though writing, a lot of writing will be happening during this time. So again, it's not isolating yourself, you know, socially, not connecting with people. I feel for this read, it's more or less going within, reflecting, and whatever is that block within you, that emotional block. If you're journaling, if you're writing, you're actually starting the process of getting that stagnant energy moving so that it can be released. All right, so the next card is Eight of Cups. So your Eight of Cups energy, you'll see at the bottom, it says doorways. This is all about opportunity. This is all about change. So I feel as though you feel you want change at this point. This is about movement. This is about movement. So at this point, you've gone through the hermit mode. You've reflected. You've gone internally. This is all about movement and all about change. So you're able to move forward into something. I feel it's really exciting because you're really, really motivated here. So if there's anything that's not serving you, you're more than willing at this point to kind of walk into another direction, I guess is the best way to put it. If somebody is leaving you emotionally depleted, you're not investing as much emotion into that situation and that relationship. Right, so if you're feeling that there's a relationship surrounding you where your heart's just not in it, that is definitely an indication after the first half of 2021. So this is the second half, the last 6 months of 2021. Yeah, it's just something here where you've known for a while that the situation just, it's not what it used to be, and it really is just not serving any positive purpose in your life going forward. So instead of continually trying to fix the situation, it's only going to hurt you more by delaying the inevitable. That's a really, really big message for some of you. And um, don't beat yourself up here, because I feel as though you're really you're you're saddened in the sense that you feel as though you didn't try hard enough, right, Capricorn? And this is definitely an indication of the complete opposite. You've tried, and you've tried, and you've tried. So do not beat yourself up about this situation. King of Wands energy, next card. I love the King of Wands energy. It's about being independent. It's about being determined and honest. So you're going to go forward. You're going to go forward with your passions. Whatever you're passionate about, you're allowing yourself to completely take hold, let it take hold of you, right? At this point, you are putting yourself out there. You're not afraid to stand out from the crowd. You're going to be very much towards the end of 2021. You're going to be the doer. You're no longer going to be the thinker. You're all about movement. I love this so much. And you can feel good about this because you've put in the work. So you're going to feel a lot more free-spirited during this time. So you're going to be very, very, very motivated to follow your dreams, to pursue your passions. And then the last message here is for those of you who have been on the fence surrounding becoming your own boss. This is a really, really big indication here in this read. With the energies of the king being so independent and so determined that you can really make a go, you just have to take the action, you have to take the steps, because you have the dream, you have the intellect, you have the knowledge, you have the skills, whatever the combination is for needed for you for your situation, you have it all, and you've been contemplating this. So when this energy comes along, it's almost as if you have more self-confidence in yourself. So it's time, at this point, it's time to get excited. It's time to get, yeah, I just really I see somebody with running shoes. It's almost as if you're so motivated that you're really moving quickly. Ace of Wands. This is, to me, is telling me that you're having a spiritual, and you'll see with the butterfly, right? You're having a spiritual maybe you have a spiritual connection here that you haven't had in the past. So you might be connecting with new spirit guides. You might be connecting with new ancestors who've passed on. You may be connecting with archangels. Just there's some form of new energy around you here. It's a beautiful energy. It's an energy of just creativity. New blessings is also very, very symbolic of new blessings. So I feel as though where your energies are changing throughout the 2021 year, it's probably more or less going to take you until the end of 2021 to shift that energy that needs to kind of become less stagnant within you. But once you do, this is a second indication of new blessings. I love that so, so much, how there's that synchronicity here. And for those of you at this point, it's not for everyone, of course, but for those of you who really it resonates with you, this could definitely be a decision of wanting to become pregnant, wanting to be in a new relationship, wanting to change homes, right? So it's something that really is tugging at your heartstrings. You're really ready. You're ready to go. You're ready for that change. You're feeling generally excited about all of the adventures that you have, that you can see for yourself in the future. And if need be, you're also very willing to go solo. And I really, really like that for you, because you're not letting anything or anyone hold you back. So be brave, be daring, be bold. And at the end of 2021, these energies are all about saying yes to new adventures. Gotta say, this is going to be quite the transition for you guys. Definitely, definitely with the overall energies as well. 9 of emotions. This is 9 of cups energy. This is your abundance. This is your rewards. This is your accomplishments. So again, another indication, the end of 2021 can really be a phenomenal way to end out a year where you have done so much work on the self. So this card in your read is really indicating it's time. It's time for you not only to follow your dreams, but it's time for you to make a wish. Yeah. Yeah, this is, I'm glad this came up again after the indication of the last few cards, because again, it's a yes card. It's all about saying yes, and you're very balanced here as well towards the end of 2021, right? So mind, body, and soul. A lot of joyful times ahead. A lot of just different groups around you. So different groups being friends, different groups being loved ones, different groups being new relationships, new romantic partners. And for some of you who are going solo, again, that energy, that solo energy is okay. And you're feeling whole within. This is the best thing that could come forward for you in 2021. I'm so, so happy for you guys. And I think it's very much a very earned blessings that's going to come forward, right? Because you are putting in the work. You're really developing yourself. You're really growing on all different levels here. So prepare yourself after you've perhaps feel like you've struggled and the world around you, life in general, has taken a lot out of you. Get prepared, because that's going to turn around and you are going to be receiving all of your blessings. This is your inspirational message. So this is how I usually end the reading. It says, I'm willing to love myself. And it also says, look in the mirror and say to yourself, I love you. I really love you. Don't be shy. It's just another way of saying life loves you. I'm going to get another one. I love these messages. Wow, that one came forward. It was meant to be, guys. It was meant to be. I am at peace. Yeah. And it says, divine peace and harmony surround me and dwell in me. So you definitely are clearing those blocks. I feel tolerance, compassion, and love for all people, and myself included. This one's all about loving yourself, and this one's all about loving yourself as well. So that's a pretty big indication there, double indication. All right, guys, so that's the end of your read for the 2021 year. I hope this information has been helpful to you guys. If you feel it can be helpful to others, sharing is caring, right? So please remember to share, pass it along. If you found it resonated with you, or you enjoyed this content today, please remember to click on like. And of course, for those of you who are new to the channel, welcome. We'd love to have you here. Don't forget to click on subscribe. You're going to want to come back for all of the future readings, of course, right? Yeah, so I really love this energy for you. There is definitely, a life's about having challenges to allow us to grow. And I feel you'll live up to the challenges, and you definitely will be growing and expanding so much towards the end of 2021. So you should be incredibly proud of yourself. All right, guys, so just remember, in a world where you can be absolutely anything, simply be free, right? Okay, guys, that's it for me today, and I hope to see you soon. I'm going to finish out these 2021 reads and then kind of get back to the regular routine. So in the meantime, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon. Bye.